Any copyrighted material in this video is used under the law of fair use for commentary and criticism. The purpose of the OC Court of Justice is to learn about character development and is in no way meant to promote harassing the creator. No matter how angry I may get at them, please do not harass any of the artists mentioned in the following video. Thank you. I'm back, bitches, and I'm here to take out the trash. I kid though. I don't feel that way about any of the characters I review, despite the gripes I may have about them. I'm glad to see that everybody, plus a couple thousand, are still here. Thank you for waiting. This character I'm reviewing might have updates that went under my radar, and I'm sorry if I'm judging this character based on old information. But keep this in mind. As I said in my very first OCCOJ video, my reviews aren't necessarily for the creators of the characters I take to court. I'm not asking anyone to change their character for my benefit, or even change them at all. These videos are for your guys' entertainment, and hopefully education. I'm using real characters made by real people to give you the best examples of what I think works and doesn't work for a character. Not that I'm Stephen King or anything, but I think my advice can be helpful. Today in court, we have Daniel Griffin, a creepypasta character, by Black Jessy. Let's dive right into his biography. Daniel was a weird, somewhat antisocial kid, but he was also very sweet. While visiting his aunt with his family, he found an antiquarian bookshop. In the bookshop was a cheap, old, well-kept book that attracted him. After taking it home and opening it up, a demon from within it, named Melas, possessed Daniel. For the most part, Daniel had free will, but the demon was quickly poisoning his mind and increasing his antisocial behavior, separating him from society. To please Melas's hunger for souls, Daniel began to kill small creatures, until he finally succumbed to Melas's plea for tasty human souls and killed a 6-year-old boy that lived in the neighborhood. Daniel bashed his head in too. Yikes. Do you think he could have, strangled the kid? He went from resisting to kill humans to, let's murder them violently. You'd think there'd be an in-between stage where he'd try to softly murder people. But I only say that because the story has established that Daniel is resisting Melas, but Melas is a demonic force. You could easily write it that Daniel went from not harming people to being under the control of the demon and harming people. If it were just Daniel himself, having him descend into madness and gradually getting more cruel with his killings would be quite necessary. But when you have a powerful, intelligent outside force influencing someone, you have a choice on how quickly they'll snap. After many disappearances, people began to suspect Daniel, who was totally weird and distant to them, and he was arrested. He was placed in a holding cell, or at least that's what it looks like since he was only being interrogated, and escaped, killing a few guards on his way out. Villagers? What year is this in? Perhaps townsfolk, which sounds more modern, would be a better word, began rumors that he was possessed. But why? Is there a reason why they would come to that conclusion, and not that he was just a deranged serial killer? Maybe his neighborhood is very religious or something. Or maybe the way he kills his victims suggests a demonic sacrifice. He never went back home to his family. Instead, he lived in abandoned houses and eventually the creepypasta mansion. I have to wonder what that is. Is the creepypasta mansion just full of creepypasta characters? I find that idea more silly with creepy undertones, like the Addams Family, than actually scary. He also met a character named Cruelty in a park. From what I can tell, they're both original creepypasta characters, and they basically put up with each other. It says that Daniel has a girlfriend named Roses. We aren't given much detail about her, but knowing the details about her doesn't seem to be very important to our understanding of this character. There are a few things I would consider changing about Daniel's background, but there's nothing that pops out to me as needing drastic improvement. The only thing I'll say is that, like with a lot of creepypasta characters I come across, I'm having a hard time feeling that this character brings fear to the reader, similar to the timeless way that Slenderman does. I remember when I first read about him, and trying to avoid looking into woodsy areas because I was afraid of seeing him, even though I knew he wasn't real. It's very hard accomplishing a terrifying character, and honestly, anyone who's watching my videos are probably not even in their 30s yet, and that includes me. We all have long ways to go before becoming good storytellers. So, to all the creators I review characters of, don't let my videos make you feel like you're a failure at what you enjoy doing. None of us are going to blow anyone out of the water with our stories and characters until we're much older, save a select few. And if you plan on using character creation heavily in your career, like I am, then all you can do at this point is improve. If not, then don't worry about these videos, just do what you want to do. I don't believe I have any convictions for Daniel's biography. It's fairly well thought out, and the supernatural aspect of his background helps keep him in the theme of a creepypasta character. Seriously, if someone out there can find one well-received creepypasta story that doesn't involve the supernatural or the unknown, tell me, because that might change the way I see and judge creepypasta characters. Let's take a look at Daniel's visual design. He looks much like your average 19-year-old guy. There's nothing about his outfit that makes him too recognizable, but he does have a prop, which is a bat, and that does help. Daniel has multicolored eyes, and from what I've read, I can only assume that he was born that way. It looks like he has heterochroma iridium. God, that's a hard name to pronounce, fuck that. And his eyes also change to a more gray-black color when Melos is in control. His eyes already change color, also making his eyes originally two different colors, starts making him a little more whimsical than scary. I think it might help strengthen his visual design if his original eyes were one color, and then, after he became possessed, one of his eyes was kind of a milky, faded version of its original color, like as if he has cataracts. It would give the impression that he's kinda dead inside now. And it's true, not only does he have a demon within him, but after killing all those people, he would be rather emotionally dead afterwards. I like that the demon Melos hides in Daniel's shadow. I think you could improve upon this idea by making Melos look a little less obvious in his shadow. Make Melos look more like Daniel, but have something off about that shadow. It's the kind of thing that would make a reader stop and think when they're walking on the street with people. Like, oh, what if I were to see someone's shadow and it looked kind of different? It would be like Daniel. Maybe that person's possessed or something. It would be so subtle and realistic that the fear the audience is experiencing by reading the story might actually carry over to their real life. Much like how I was afraid of looking at trees after reading about Slender Man. And that's what a lot of creepypastas do. They make you wonder about what you're gonna find out there. As of right now, I don't have any convictions for Daniel's visual design. Let's take a quick look through Daniel's traits. We already know a lot about Daniel, so I'm going to just skip to the meat of this information. His powers and abilities are increased strength, and he can sense the presence of other humans. And his demon Melos is also included as a power. His weaknesses are that he's easy to provoke. He's helpless without Melos. He can't control the demon, being exorcised, and holy water, and other holy items. His strengths are that he has a powerful demon, he's physically strong, and he's intelligent. I find it very fitting that Daniel is intelligent. It gives the demon a reason to want to possess him, rather than just any old schmuck that would have picked up that book. And for the most part, that's it. Now, I usually assign a conviction to a specific part of a character's development, like their biography, visual design, etc. However, for Daniel, I know I originally said that I think Daniel fits as a creepypasta character, but the combination of his visual design and his residence at the creepypasta mansion are the reasons behind me giving him the being in the wrong fandom conviction for his overall design. Okay, so I believe we are ready. This was a rather hard decision to make. While I don't feel like this character is imbued with creepy, I also don't feel like there's anything inherently wrong with their background, or their visual design too much. Since the creator was asking me for advice, this character isn't complete yet. And because this isn't the quote-unquote finished product, I feel like it's a good foundation for something that could be way better. Daniel Griffin, by Black Jessy, you have been charged with being in the wrong fandom. What's your plea? Not guilty. You have been found not guilty. Your sentence? Going outside and doing whatever the hell you want to, like killing little animals, yeah, shit. I hope that the next court case doesn't take forever to come out again. But do remember, I'm still working on my game, and that's a huge project, which is very important to my career. Though I'm not complaining, you guys have been very patient and supportive. In the meanwhile, I'll try to post quick things I can make that'll entertain you guys. Have a great day, good luck on your characters, and we'll be seeing you again soon.
Bye!